Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to our podcast, Let 'em Cook. It's so nice to have you guys here. It's so nice to be set up. Shrek right here did some amazing setup work. And thanks to her, we have lights, we have this cute little ambiance going. And I'm Ayda, and I'm really excited to be talking about everything and nothing at the same time with all of you guys.
Hi, y'all. I'm Jennifer, and this is the Let Us Cook podcast, where we would really appreciate if you just let us cook for a bit.
Yeah.
Please.
We don't know what's for dinner, but
we're cooking something up.
Something up.
Something's cooking. And we're going to be talking about the lore of our lives and also just a lot of, what's going on in the influencer world.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
I love talking about, cancellations.
Yeah.
And I hope one day God blesses me with my own cancellation.
I know, that's the goal.
One day.
But I do want to be the James Charles of it all. Listen, we're going to talk about this
no
more.
No one ever.
No, we're going to talk about this more. But anytime he gets canceled, he gets right back up. He literally became a car salesman in 2025.
Why are we talking about it? That's crazy.
Before cancellation.
But so did Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas is the ultimate canceled queen.
I guess, yeah, that is true. And she keeps popping, really important people out of her vagina.
Yeah.
The Pope is coming.
The Pope is
Pope
coming.
Francis.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Her birthday is on the day that the Pope was announced. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. Wait, was that Trish Crave?
Trish Crave?
You don't know Trish Crave? She covers Trish news.
Oh. I'm trying to replace Trish Crave right now with this podcast. I'm coming for her gig now.
But you know what this reminds me of a little bit?
What?
Do you remember when I was like this bricky little girl? Maybe I still am. When I was this bricky little girl, we tried to do The Circle. And we did an audition for it.
I did get an invite on Backstage, the acting website, to audition for The Circle, and we were gagged and we tried to go, and we started talking about controversies. I actually, reflecting back on our audition, which I'm sure we didn't get accepted to The Circle.
Listen, you never know. Maybe they're just saving us for another season.
Right. But our audition was so controversial. I think we thought the more controversial we were, the better.
What did we say? I feel like we just did some DEI talk. Because I remember I was like, oh, I'm a trans immigrant from Turkey. And you were like, oh, my family escaped from Russia, Soviet Russia for here. And then somehow the American dream made us meet in this beautiful country.
So what we went wrong was you were talking about coming from a Muslim background, and I was talking about being Jewish. And this was prime time for controversy. And the only reason I know that that's a problem is because I happened to be talking to MTV about some reality show.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And it was supposed to be me and my boyfriend, and they were concocting up a story. I didn't sign NDA. MTV, you can't come for me for this. But they were concocting up a story for us, and then I was saying they were trying to find a problem in our relationship to exploit on TV. And I said, well,
business.
And I said, well, one of our biggest problems is that he's Christian, he's very religiously Catholic, and I'm Jewish. And they were like, we don't need to be talking about Judaism on air, not right now.
And they go around and say that Jewish people own Hollywood. I
fear they might.
Another controversy brewing. This feels just like our audition. But yeah, we didn't get it, but it was really cute, and we were really, it was our first time on camera together, so I just wanted to reflect on that.
I've saved that video ever since, and I've deleted every single thing off my computer.
Oh,
but I've
you should
saved
send
that
it to
video.
me.
I love it. So we're both in New York City.
Yes, we are.
My family is from Ukraine. I was first born here, but definitely immigrant struggles in Brooklyn.
Wait, girl, give us the deets. Give us the deets. It's not the gentrified Williamsburg coffee shops of the NYU students. No.
God, I wish. They're so privileged. I didn't have one coffee shop where I grew up in Brooklyn.
I'm sure you had a kahwa house or something.
I had everything Turkish. Everything in the world Turkish. And I only had a Dunkin' Donuts. Imagine you need a coffee and you have to go to Dunkin' Donuts. I know some bitch in Ohio is feeling me right now. I know. I'm in New York City.
The best city in the world. Whoop, whoop.
It's crazy. But yeah, and what I do right now is social media manager, and that's my life.
Yeah, she's like stunning and phenomenal in everything that she does. Like, just I know this sounds ironic because we never literally like say good things to each other, but I feel that. No, we do. We really compliment each other when we're drunk, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say it takes 4 a.m. not midnight, 4 a.m. karaoke. I don't know how my neighbors haven't like killed me after that.
Good isolation. Maybe sound isolation is nice.
Perfect podcast studio.
Yeah.
So tell us about you. Tell us about you.
Okay, so I was born and raised in Turkey, in Istanbul. My parents, like, same 7-8 generations of Istanbul. And then my dad won a green card from the lottery. It happens. It's called a diversity visa. Hello. I am the diversity, equity, and inclusion. But, so yeah, he won a diversity visa, and then they never ended up moving here. But since I was his kid, I moved, and I've been living in New York for like the last 6 years. Yes, for the last 6 years. And I work as a graphic designer.
Almost a New Yorker.
I know, I have 1 more year left.
No, 10 years.
I thought it was 7. Okay, you know what? You're right. You've been through the trenches, so you're right.
I think in Sex and the City they say 10 years, so it has to be 10 years.
I can't believe you're quoting Sex and the City.
Why?
Do you like Sex and the City?
I love Sex and the City.
Oh, we're learning new things about each other.
You don't like Sex and the City?
I love Sex and the City.
Okay.
But I'd like
you
that's
came at me with some type of judgment.
No. Do you like Friends?
You know.
See?
I do kind of like Friends.
Oh, you do?
I think
Me too. I love
it's
Friends.
Really cringy, and I think that it does not deserve the platform it has. Like, it should have been one of those silly little sitcoms on Hulu that doesn't go further. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like it.
Because the thing is, I feel like any person like that I've met in New York, they generally don't like shows that depict New York.
Really? I'm obsessed. Like, I love How I Met Your Mother. Like, I love
Really?
all New York City shows.
Gossip Girl, obviously, like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Me too. I love, and have you been to the How I Met Your Mother bar?
No, I haven't.
It is nothing like it.
I've heard.
I was really pissed. I was 17 years old, and I got into a bar, 17 years old. They don't check IDs. That tells a lot about them. They're close to Times Square.
Yeah.
And they're like 3 floors, has nothing to do with the actual show.
Not even the drink names?
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
But like the place didn't look like it. Because it was shot in LA, like it's a set.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the most annoying white girl question in the world to you right now.
Oh, I'm excited.
Which Sex and the City character am I?
Oh.
I know yours instantly, not even a thought.
I am so scared of the things that you're gonna say. But I think you... See, you have a Charlotte, but Charlotte is just not, like, you are chaotic.
Charlotte can be a little messy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a mix of Charlotte and sometimes Samantha. Like a little. You do have that edge. I think the only person that has that edge is Samantha. Like, I think Samantha could pull off the ogre. You know?
Samantha wouldn't. Samantha would come into my apartment and literally throw up. Samantha.
But then who wouldn't?
So what's really cool about me is that I get really nice apartments. Like, I get I like the white and black, like floor to ceiling windows. Like, I get like
very
the
influencer apartments.
Yes, I get very influencer apartments, and then I don't know how to decorate, so there's nothing ever on the walls. Like, there's nothing ever anywhere.
Wait,
and I just
you're
keep
lying.
I just keep buying Temu decorations and just plopping them in places. Like, I don't know how to interior decorate.
Okay, so the girl who says she doesn't know how to interior decorate got this. Give me a sec. This is in her bathroom. This is vision. This is just like humor. It's amazing.
Thank you. That's literally straight off of Temu.
What do you think I am?
I would say Samantha immediately, like point blank period.
I don't have
Samantha.
sex though.
Well, you have everything else, like butt sex, the longing, the deprivation.
She's just calling me horny.
You've got everything else, bitch.
Listen, I'm just in my celibate mindset, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah?
I'm not enjoying it at all, no.
I've been getting a lot of celibacy TikToks recently.
What the f*** is happening with Gen Z? Can we talk about that a little bit?
Like how they don't have any fun.
They don't like drink. Like, we are also Gen Z, but like
we're on the cusp.
We're like, yeah, I'm 1997 Gen Z, she's 1998 Gen Z. But like, what is happening with the after 2000s Gen Z? Why are you guys not drinking?
That's so true. My boyfriend is unfortunately a 2000, and he also doesn't.
But he's Catholic.
I don't know. There's a lot of like Christians in like the South that party really hard and tailgate and do all like the silly little things, you know? But I do agree. I don't know what it is. But you know what I will say I love about Gen Z is that they made me talk about them like I'm not part of them. They made sneakers okay at the club, and the millennials are so mad about it. They're livid, and they're like, they don't even dress up anymore in these heels and the work attire in the clubs and whatever the millennials did. You know what? Be mad you were in pain. Be mad you couldn't dance. I love wearing my little docs in the club.
I love seeing you angry with an ogre. It looks really funny.
It's just someone, like, they're just like, everyone's so ugly now and no one dresses up anymore. Girl, like, did you dance?
No, they sound like boomers, though. Like, I feel like if you start complaining about what somebody's doing like that, you're just gonna sound like a boomer. Though, please drink alcohol. Like, I don't think that's... like, yes, I'm complaining, but, like, please drink. Straight to demonetization without getting monetized.
I'm okay with them smoking weed if they want to do that instead of drinking.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah. My brain just restarted for a second, sorry.
You know what you looked like? You look like how, like... literally when somebody like texts you something like, hey, can we talk? And you're like, holy shit, like this is the end. This is the end times.
Can I ask you a question? That's a really scary question.
Oh, and it was just gonna be nothing serious. How did we meet?
What
was that?
Yeah, that's such a good question. We met at my first like not full time. They didn't have money for that.
It was more than full time. It was 24/7.
It was my first job out of college, and it was like a part-time job at like the startup app. And Ayda was a graphic design like intern at the time of sorts.
I was actually hired as a social media intern. They just wanted, engagement farming.
Right, yeah. And I literally got paid $1,000 a month.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Wow. She's in her billionaire era. Okay.
That was crazy.
No,
and they made me work on weekends too. It was like so traumatic. And I think I saw a tweet the other day that said like if you have you meet your best friends from really traumatic work environments because you're trauma bonded, and that's exactly how
100%. Oh. See, another nice thing before 4 a.m.
Yay!
We're doing that. No, it was definitely trauma bonding, and it was also like on top of everything, it was 2020, so like that was chaotic time.
So yeah, it was 2020 at the time, and it was like Zoom calls after like phone call. Like I don't know why it was like so overstimulating.
And also like mind you, like they would hire 5 new people every week. Not to put on our like own company, like not own, sorry, like old company. We love them. We love you.
Wait, no, they're part of a cult.
Well, that's good. 'Cause beef.
There might be some dangerous people involved, so actually I really love them, and I hope that everything is going well in their lives, and I want to be as far away from that as possible. I love them. I got a hair stick in my mouth.
Okay.
I love them so much.
Yeah, the great experiences. It wasn't trauma bonding. Like, yeah, you make your best friends when you get trauma bonded, but we're not best friends because we didn't get trauma bonded.
Yeah.
So
we're just strangers. We just met outside in a parking lot. I offered.
Yeah, she was doing. And I was like, "Can I get some?"
Beat me to
it. Were you gonna say the same thing?
I was gonna say.
Potato.
Do it. Now I'm the loser.
But yeah, anyway, so I was hired as an engagement farmer. I mean, it was a social media intern, but it was engagement farmer. And she was basically, I worked there for a month and a half, and then she was like, oh yeah, we would love to sponsor you. Like, this thought she was having me work without a visa, like, illegally. I was like, oh, no, I have a working visa. I thought you already knew that. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she was like,
I didn't know that.
yeah, she's like, yeah, we can't really pay you because of,
Wait, but doesn't sponsoring cost, like... Sponsoring costs money, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think so, because she was like, when we grow, we can have, like, we can apply for you. Because companies apply for you for H-1B, and then something like that. But yeah, she literally thought that I was working without a visa.
Wow, she's so nice. She brings in...
She's amazing.
She brings in, like, everyone from Mexico. She brings in everyone from every country. It doesn't matter if you have a visa or not. That's amazing.
It doesn't matter if you love him or capital H-I-M. No matter gay, straight, or bi, lesbian, transgender life.
One other crazy thing about our first job was that there was this CEO who was just, like, a rich girl. From San
Really nice lady.
I'm not going to say from where. A rich girl. And she had, like, a consultant of sorts. And that was the older woman.
She was the consultant? I thought she was like an investor.
She might be. I don't know
what would you consult her about?
She was consulting every single call. I was on every single call with them. And they were just constantly bickering. It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do bicker. They did bicker a lot. And I remember I was so excited because I was like, ooh, I'm talking to the mystery lady. Like, she felt like huh?
I don't think she ever stated her name. It's like, in Powerpuff Girls when there's that, like, big red dress woman with the...
Yes!
The, like, orange
yes.
And you don't ever see her face. That's what it felt like.
I was going to say Charlie from Charlie's Angels, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I sound like a boomer.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
I can't pull that image out of my head. I just agreed.
What?
I don't know who Charlie from Charlie Angels is.
Oh, do you know Charlie's Angels?
I do know them. Maybe was Britney Spears involved in that for some reason?
It's like a 70s thing, I think.
Okay.
If it's not, and if we have viewers, that's going to be really embarrassing for me, but...
But it'll be funny. So she was really... And they were very Christian.
Yes.
They were super Christian. There was one time where, like... Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to air this out.
Do you have... Because we did have... We had NDAs. Well, she thought I was working illegally, so I think it's fine. I don't really care about that. Although my name literally changed. That's not me. That's another girl.
Yeah. They can't find you anymore, babe. You're safe. But yeah. So, trauma bonded from a bad job.
Okay, so I want to talk about the Zendaya hat with you.
Okay.
Because it is... I love the distrust. You're like... Okay.
I just didn't know there was lore to Zendaya's hat. I just thought she wore a hat.
Yeah, so that's how it starts, right?
Like
that's what you would think.
How Abe Lincoln wore a hat.
No.
I don't know why.
I mean that got him killed, kind of.
No, it didn't.
No, listen. Imagine you're sitting in the box in the theater. You have this giant ass hat, and then the person sitting right behind you can't see the show. They might as well just shoot you.
You're spreading misinformation
I'm
on my
spreading. I'm actually.
on American soil right now.
All I'm saying is I'm not justifying what he did, but it can be annoying. And there is a mental health crisis in this country.
Wasn't he in a box?
I mean, yeah.
Was he alone?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We never know.
I wasn't there. So
anyways, it's a running theory. I'm just sharing opinions that already exist on the internet. But Zendaya has a hat, and I couldn't find the same exact hat, so I just wanted to wear something black and something resembles it because I do feel like I belong in this existence now with her.
Hats?
Yes. So the lore behind it is in 2017, Zendaya goes to a Teen Vogue award show, like a carpet.
Yes.
Red carpet. And Armani helps her come up with this gorgeous little thing. Then for some, like, you know how like they have these embarrassing Teen Vogue moments, like every celebrity does, kind of.
Like, oh my god, Debbie Ryan? No, Selena Gomez, where she was like, I just want to pop a color. And it's like that blue extension piece. Me. I
love they're always so proud of them.
Next time, I'm wearing it.
Yay.
My pop of color.
Let's do it. But, and then, like, they, you know, like, they interview her or whatever, and she just goes like, don't forget to smile. That's the whole lore. And then afterwards, in this year's Met Gala, she wears a white hat right after, in an interview, saying, maybe I'll revisit this look. And then she wears a white hat, so people interpreted that as like a wink at that 2017 Teen Vogue red carpet thing. And now TikTok is going crazy because they think underneath that giant hat lies Tom Holland. Controlling her like the rat, like Remy from Ratatouille. And it's a cult, and they do edits of her going, don't forget to smile. It's just...
I'd be gagged.
And I just needed to be a part of the cult. So I wanted to do my part to spread the word, the gospel.
That's so funny. Do you like
So don't
Tom
forget
Holland?
to smile. He's a little short for my taste.
Yeah.
The last time I said that, though, a guy was like, have you ever heard about the concept of female delusion? And I was like, oh.
We couldn't eat you up. No, but you cannot be spreading like height hate. Like it's one of those
height. Wait, let's talk about I think so. You cannot be spreading height. Like
height hate. Because
height hate.
Height
I'm
hate.
the stupid one. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, height hate. Because like I feel like you know that saying where like don't point something out if they can't change it in 10 minutes?
Well, everybody keeps pointing out women's weight, and you can't change that in 10 minutes.
I agree. I'm all against like hate, like being mean to other people's bodies. Yes. But like it's so different because I feel like you can say to a woman like lose some weight and that's evil and wrong and don't do that. But if you can't tell a guy to get taller.
I know. No, I'm just kidding.
But
no,
I
I'm
love
just
being
kidding.
equal to men. I love it. But like you'll get clocked for it instantly online if you are.
Yeah.
Because like weight you can change even though no one should tell you to change it, and height you can't. So they just go so hard on that. Like you can't win when you say something about a man's height. Those men are gonna be after you.
Yeah, but then like, so question though, saying that my preference for a guy, I don't want them to be shorter than me.
I think
that's
you can
fine.
say your preference. You can't like, not you can't, you can, but like you will get like hurt if you like just bully them for being short. I've been on the wrong end of that stick. And one of my best guy friends is a short guy, so I've been like really careful not to hurt his feelings.
Oh.
He gets really upset.
Also,
about
I
that.
gotta say, I also have like short friends, male friends, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But nicest people. They're really nice. My dad is a short guy.
You're the tallest in that home.
Definitely. One day I got really angry. I was like, holy shit, like everything is made for you guys in this home. And I feel like I have to reach down for everything.
How short are they?
They're very short. Like they're both short.
Give me numbers.
Okay. So, my mom is like 5'3".
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's really short.
Yeah. And then my dad is probably like 5'6". 5'6".
Oh, okay. Wait, so where'd you get your height?
I haven't. Bless you. That was the most silent ever.
I'm really good. I would get embarrassed in class for sneezing, so I've learned how to sneeze with my mouth closed.
They bullied you so much growing up. Like,
I didn't want anyone to say anything to me. Not even a bless you. I don't want it. Keep it to yourself.
Damn.
I'm in my vulnerable state. Don't bother me.
I wonder where Sage gets it from.
My cat. It's like when I trip on the street, if someone asks me if I'm okay, my ego is shot down. Don't look at me. Don't breathe. Like unless I'm bleeding or unconscious, please. Anyways, sorry, your dad is 5'6".
Yeah, but also like when I fall down, I'm afraid that people are gonna laugh because I laugh at people when they fall down.
You and Nick, my boyfriend, you guys both are like.
It's so funny.
I get so sad. I like cry, especially if they're like a big person. I cry.
For me, old people makes like horrible. But like when old people fall, and there's like risk involved, so I shouldn't be laughing. But it's just like, or
I get it,
children,
though.
children have it coming because they're running around.
I don't care. They're invincible.
Yeah.
Like a child can like fall off a 2-story building and be fine.
Yeah.
So.
But do you have that instinct of? I don't know if I should share it.
A mother's instinct?
No. I was gonna say, do you have that instinct of like when you see, I don't know, somebody like going down the stairs, you just want to go like.
No, I don't have that one. I have the one where you look out a window and you just like want to jump.
Oh.
For like, not because you want to die, but just because you're like so curious. But like I don't jump because I don't want to die. But, like, you know,
I get that.
Impulsive thoughts.
Yeah, I have that too. But like for me, it's also like this added thing of like I want
other people.
But and especially if the subway is coming, I'm like, ooh, I better not be. You know that kid that goes like, y'all
better be jumping.
That's literally me. I'm like, okay, let me stop.
I have a friend who's like so like the first person that she's ever like slept with at all as like a teenager or something was a woman, which already gives me very like, oh, so you're gay, slay diva.
Yeah.
But like she's told me so many times that she's not sure if she's like gay or not.
Okay.
And I'm like,
valid.
okay, like yeah, like sure, but like, you know, like usually your first instinct is to go for a guy because like as society tells you to go for a guy. Like
compulsive heterosexuality, especially with women, right?
Yeah, most bisexual women I know, and including me, like have always gone for guys first.
Congrats for coming out, queen. The closet was made out of glass.
So I was like already like, okay, if you go immediately for a woman, then like that's kind of saying something, but I'm gonna let you rock. Like figure your stuff out, you know what I mean? But now, and she was like one of my like only like friends in the community really ish, and like aside from you obviously, but like you know.
Oh, I'm outed.
Oh.
No, I'm a straight woman coming straight from God's country.
So true. So she's my only friend in the community.
Thank you for the revision.
Yeah, she's my only friend in the community, and she's all of a sudden decided that she's super Jewish now. And now she's just going to all the synagogues. She found like a Jewish man. Good for her.
Oh wait, isn't being gay okay?
It depends. It depends. If you're just like if you're not going to like she's with like Orthodox Jews now.
Because you guys don't have Adam and Eve.
No, but like Orthodox Jews are very.
Oh, okay.
Orthodox Jews are Old Testament type stuff.
Okay.
Jews that like, what are they? Reformed Jews.
Secular question mark?
Secular? I don't know. Any Jews but Orthodox.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so it's a little bit like.
Also, you look like a Teletubby a little bit. Is
it slanted?
Yes, a little bit.
Oh, wow. I felt
Dipsy.
it and I couldn't figure it out. Thank you.
Of course.
I do really love Teletubbies though.
Me
They're
too.
my favorite.
Which one was your favorite?
I love a vacuum. I loved the vacuum.
Really? I can never tell from your apartment.
For real.
Sorry. I'm just
so
being
real.
a bitch for the.
That's so real.
Also, no, I was
on the ground right there. Why am I Tana Mojo in this podcast right now?
Wait, wasn't that the goal?
Yeah, I do have Tana.
You were gonna be Tana, I was gonna be Trevy.
Oh yeah, because they don't have a podcast, but we're like giving the podcast.
They don't have a podcast?
Not together, no. They're friends and they've done a lot of collabs together. But Trevy has her own podcast with someone else, and sometimes they like collab. And I think Trevy's opening for the canceled podcast on tour, her podcast, but like
okay, but they don't have.
They don't have one, so that.
Oh, it's
be
Brooke.
us.
It's yeah, Brooke.
Yeah,
okay.
It's Brooke. But I guess we're just taking place of Tana and Trevy.
Hello.
So.
Hi Tana. Hi Trevy. We love you.
I love Tana and Trisha. They're my favorite podcasts.
For me, it's Trixie and Katya. I feel very much like Katya today. She's also like. Do you watch Trixie and Katya?
I don't.
They're so funny.
I should. Do you watch Caleb? The really big guy?
Yes, I do. I mostly I mostly come across his social clips. He like always eats it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I did watch like a couple episodes. I think I watched his episode with Drew Foyle.
Yeah.
I love her too. She's like really. I love it when a girl like really gives it to men.
I like that too, but aside from that, I don't really like her. She doesn't give me anything else aside from eating men up. I mean,
I don't like her podcast.
Yeah, I don't like when she talks about anything but men. Like she's not like interesting enough to me.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that. But she's really good at, like, eating men up.
Yeah, and I think we should maybe not air this part because I'm afraid of her.
I'm not.
Oh!
You said nice things about her. I didn't. She just kind of bores me. But, I mean, it's Ladybug.
Is there?
Like, obviously she's doing well for herself.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
what do you think about Jules?
Jules.
Who's Jules?
From Euphoria?
No. Oh my god, what was her name? Or no, what was her deal? Demure. Very demure, very mindful.
Oh. Aside from that, I really...
Nothing. Yeah, she's kind of...
Crickets. Crickets.
All right.
But yeah, I love Caleb. I love his... I don't really love his podcast, weirdly enough, but I love when he's like a guest on someone else's podcast. He's so funny there. His podcast kind of bored me a little bit.
He doesn't have that many good guests. I think that's what the problem is. That's why, like, because I'm subscribed to him, and I, like, look through the guests, and I'm like, I do not know who you are, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to click on that.
Caleb needs a better manager.
Hi, Caleb. We can manage you.
Because we have all the connects in LA right
like,
now.
Obviously.
Let me know if you want your Chapetas. I got you.
she's on speed dial.
Why doesn't anyone and everyone have Trisha Paytas or Tana Mojo on their podcast? Like, that's just instantly, like, 1 million views.
Yeah. That is true. Oh.
So we're introducing a segment called This Week in Trauma, where we talk about something traumatic that happened to us this week.
Yes.
It's pretty
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
You just changed the order of the words.
I'm really good at that. That's why all my essays, like, my sister...
No plagiarism, huh?
I'm really good at rewording the same thought 10 times. That my sister is a literature major, like she's like, you know, really good at writing and stuff.
She is?
Yeah, she was obviously. She's a doctor now, but she was a literature major, and like I would ask her to read my essays and she'd be like, this is absolute trash, like you're the worst writer ever. Yeah, she would read them. And then she'd be like, but you know what, the only thing you're good at is rewording the same thought 10 times. And I'm like, that's what really keeps me going.
I was gonna say, like, that's what you need in essays, because literally, like, I'm sorry, but professional research even, they do that shit. Like, because writing essays, you have to find like other literature out there. Like, they do the same shit. They use the same words or the same sentences 10 different ways.
So
that's how you hit the word point. Oh, I knew that.
Scholar.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she actually was a biology major, and her thing was plants. She loves plants so much.
It wasn't my thing. It was the only thing that was available in my school. It's really funny. Why did they not offer human biology? I would have taken that. That's so much more useful.
Maybe there's not a lot of humans in Impulse.
Yeah, there are not. There are not.
And humans don't have photosynthesis, which is the whole point.
The whole point of biology is photosynthesis. I mean,
challenge me, biologists.
I mean, yeah, we could definitely have that conversation.
Should we?
Maybe not in this week's trauma.
Yes.
So this week's trauma for me was that an old situationship of mine messaged me. He messaged me. Let me pull out the message because I have a bad memory. He messaged me and said, we haven't spoken... Well, first of all, we haven't seen each other in like maybe two years. Like
That's
maybe
crazy.
Like our situationship was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. He's like a little influencer. He's like a little influencer musician. He's got like a little bit of followers. And yeah, we haven't spoken in a while. And I'm like in a relationship. And he just messaged me Sunday at 12 a.m. Let's elope in Sicily. The sluttiest thing a man can do.
It's iconic.
Such a slut. He's such a little slut. Slut.
Who has a potential to see this segment? So.
Who? My boyfriend?
No. The
What
slut.
are we worried about? Oh,
The
slut.
slut.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He goes on my TikTok lives. It's so embarrassing.
Wait, you do TikTok lives?
Like, if I'm at a bar.
I should turn on my notifications.
If I'm at a bar and I'm really
With
bored,
Lindsay?
yeah, I love to do a TikTok live. Because I just take them around the bar.
People watch TikTok lives. I was really gagged.
They
I did
do.
it once.
It is a lot of creepy men, though. I will be honest.
For the most part. I was like, it came to a point where like, show me your boobs, and I was like, oh.
But if you want to feel like a celebrity, it's a really good place to be.
Yeah, I'm
we
like,
can do
where
a
are you
TikTok
guys?
live right after this, and you'll feel like super
Let's
famous.
do it.
I've made maybe $5, but you know I'm $5 richer. So.
And you bought half a shot with that money.
For
So
real.
that's good investment.
Hours of work. Me pointing at a bar. Hours of work. So I said to this guy, like you suggested, I sent an image of like cantaloupe, but I cantaloupe, which was really funny. And then he sent cantaloupe crying. And that was the end of that. But that's my week in trauma.
I would say that he knows you have a boyfriend, right?
I think he just says a million things to a million girls just because he's bored. I don't think he means anything, which is why, like, I just don't take it seriously anytime he has to.
Can I say something controversial?
Yeah.
I think that's such a great mindset to be in.
He's having a better time than any of us.
Yeah, like, literally, he's so chill because he's like a sperm. He just tries his shot, you know? If he stumbles upon an egg, great. Does that make sense? I don't know.
That makes sense.
I feel like I'm so much in my head all the time. I'm like, ooh, how am I gonna come across? Like, I want to build this type of like person. Who cares? Literally, who cares? Like, he said, let's elope in Sicily because he just felt like it, and then you send him a cantaloupe. Like, how do you say that? Cantaloupe? Cantaloupe? Cantaloupe image. And he just sent you a crying cantaloupe back. Such an easy conversation. And he's gonna like pull up some other shit next week.
Yeah, but...
So easy. And you don't feel like you're harassed. He doesn't feel like he's harassing you. Amazing.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. It's just like, do you even know how much I wanted to hear those words at some point in time? Like, that's like... It kind of like, yeah.
That's why it's a trauma for you, but that's why it's like such
him, yeah.
nonchalant for him. You know?
Yeah.
It's the nonchalantness that I really
situationships are the worst. They're also evil.
Yes.
They're so evil. And men just do not care about your feelings. Like, they will just say whatever they want.
Wait, also,
times.
did
and
you
ignore
see...
you whenever they want at all times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's actually a good segue to like my trauma this week.
Yeah.
But have you seen that TikTok where this girl is like, it's not a fucking situationship where you're courting each other. That is what I will be saying.
First of all, courting lasts 2 weeks.
Oh.
In medieval time, I don't know if that's medieval. In medieval times, courting lasts 2 weeks. If this guy is trying to like still be with you after 3 months, it's a situationship. It's not courting anymore. First of all, after courting, you don't become boyfriend girlfriend. You get married after 2 weeks. I'm also thinking like Renaissance, medieval times. You know what I mean?
All times. Because I think we both don't know exactly what that era is.
Did courting happen in like the 70s and the 80s?
Do I look like ChatGPT? I feel like I know.
No, I'm thinking about formal
Bridgerton
courting.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
Like, that should be
That's what I'm
1800s, I
Yeah.
think, with those dresses, or maybe 1910.
18.
Victorian era. Let's say Victorian era. I don't know when that is, but Victorian. Let's say Victorian era.
I think so.
We are college. Like, we do have bachelor's degrees, by the way. Like, we're not.
But English isn't our first language, so.
I love how you put yourself in there. Что?
English wasn't my first language.
Пожалуйста. Wait, was that a correct usage?
Yeah, it was. You said please.
Yeah, right? Oh, привет, пожалуйста. Please. I'm basically like A2 Russian. Let's go. Or intermediate almost.
First of all, English isn't my first language, okay? I may have learned it at 6, 7 years old.
Wait, you didn't speak any English until you were 7?
No, I didn't. My parents didn't speak English, so I didn't speak English until I went to school. I went to school.
That's so traumatizing.
No, I went to school at 4 or 5 actually, but like I didn't get a grasp of English until like 6, 7. But like, so I went to school at 4 with learning having no English. Like my parents just threw me into school, so I didn't understand. But luckily,
that's so scary.
Luckily, since like where I grew up, it was like the Russian part of Brooklyn. So like my teacher ended up being Russian. Like I just happened to get lucky in that regard. Like my pre-K teacher, so she would like translate stuff for me. But like nice. Everything was in English. So like I think I didn't get a full grasp on it till 6.
Holy shit.
Yeah. When did you start? You've learned English your entire life because in Turkey they teach you, right? No.
I'm also like really I'm just very talented. So no, this is how it happened. So in first like elementary school, I went to a public elementary school, and then the teacher one day called my mom and dad to her office, and she was like, well, she's such an inquisitive kid, like make her stop, basically. And then my parents were like, what are you talking about, like isn't it a good thing that this kid isn't inquisitive? And then they kind of figured out what the mentality at that school was. And public schools in Turkey, they're not bad, but they're not good. So then they took me to this because they wanted me to like, they basically didn't want me to grow up like this like very spoiled, like very like posh snob kid. Mission failed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But look how that turned out. But anyways, in 2nd grade I went to private school. So after like, and I didn't know a lick of English. I mean it's not as traumatizing as what you went through, obviously, because like
I don't remember my stuff.
Okay, but like I was 8, and in my first English class, my teacher was like, oh, so you have, because I used to wear glasses. She was like, oh, so you have glasses. And I was like, like nothing, 0. Like I didn't even know how to say hi.
Oh, okay.
And that year was really tough. I remember crying all the time. So I always say like, you can't really learn a language unless it makes you cry. Like you gotta cry about it to learn it.
My mom cried a lot about English.
See?
She cried a lot.
Now she eats up.
I couldn't read English.
Okay, Liam.
Literally. I couldn't read!
And you're Jewish.
Michelle. So I couldn't read. I was like I was in 3rd, 4th grade or something, and I just like I could speak at this point English, but I couldn't read very well. Like I was still like stuttering and like looking at like.
Did you know the Cyrillian alphabet, like the Russian alphabet?
No, I don't know that.
No?
No.
Okay. So you just didn't read.
I just couldn't read. Point blank. Period. I also couldn't read a clock too. That was another thing I couldn't do. But anyways.
Catch a break.
Yeah. So that was my first 20 I've ever gotten on a test. It was a clock reading test in kindergarten.
Oh.
But anyways, not my last 20 to get on the test out of 100. But so I ended up like trying to read again. I was like trying really hard in like my bed. I was maybe 3rd grade. I don't even remember what it was. Maybe it was 2nd grade. You know what? I don't know. So I was sitting in bed trying to read, and I was like crying about it because I could not get the words to just come together. I remember being like B-A, you know, whatever, like, and I just couldn't figure it out. And I look out my window and I see I see a star fall, like, you know how like a star will fall out of the sky. I saw that, and in my head I was like, I wish I could read. I wish I could read.
Wished, like on a fallen star in it.
The next day, I was reading like 2 grades above my level.
What?
Are you kidding? I wasted a wish on reading!
I think it's pretty important. I think that was a good wish. I think that was wise.
I think I could have learned it.
It doesn't sound like you would.
Just so mad. I'm still mad at myself for that.
What would you have wished? If
at least a toy. Like money, obviously, but I didn't understand money. Maybe a nice apartment. I could have asked for a nicer home.
Yeah.
I could have asked for my parents to be millionaires. I could have asked
world peace.
Oh right.
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Right. So yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know how we got into that. You didn't share your trauma.
Oh yeah, we were talking about trauma and then something happened.
Yeah.
So English, yeah. So my trauma for the week was I got ghosted. But I'm such I'm such a serial ghoster that it is crazy that I got ghosted because I can.
So you had it coming to you. I didn't know that you've been ghosting.
No.
No.
I ghost everyone.
Oh, you did. You ghosted that guy that you really liked for a second.
Yeah. There was a musician I
who was
really felt.
friends-ish with my situationship.
Yeah. I really liked him, and then I got really overwhelmed. I just didn't. Yeah, it seemed like we were gonna like go on a date, and I just didn't want that to happen because I didn't feel ready, and I still don't feel ready. So I just.
I don't think you're ever gonna feel ready.
I don't think so either.
Flop. Text him.
Maybe fall.
You should have a
Maybe when.
flop.
Oh. Anyways, so. I am a serial ghoster, so I generally can sniff out when people are kind of like going into the ghosting direction because I do that all the time. He was not going there. We've been talking for like 9 days straight, and he would answer me like in 2 minutes, in a minute. Like it wasn't one of those things where it was like, "Ooh, I message," and then like 2 hours later he messages, and 2 hours later I'm like, it was not that. It was like momentary. And afterwards, we were like, he told me that he wants to meet me this like last Friday, right? He goes like, let's meet Friday. I'm like, oh yeah, like that sounds great. Like, is 9:30 fine for you? He says yes, it's fine. We text the entire day of Friday.
Yeah.
And in the morning, I'm like, hey, like, are you still down? Because he woke up at like what 5:30 or whatever. He's New Jerseyan. That says everything about him. I feel like, but And because he was like, he was going to come from South Jersey because his work is apparently like really deep Jersey.
I wanted to ask what town.
Huh?
What town?
I don't know.
Oh,
he did say South Jersey. He said like his work is close to Philly.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know where he lives.
Yeah, okay.
So I think this is fine to mention. But anyway, so I was like, yeah, you woke up at 5:30 and like that's a long drive to like, New York. Like, are you going to be fine with that? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. It's the weekend. Like, I'll stay up. I was like, cool. And then when he told me that this is like South Philly territory, or like South New Jersey territory, I was like, ooh, like that sounds like Lumen from the show, Severance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Lumen is like in New Jersey.
Okay.
He ghosted that, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, if he doesn't really want to reply to that, he doesn't have to, but he normally does.
Okay.
He didn't respond, and then afterwards, he just like didn't respond to me for 4 hours, which is unlike him. And then I was like, I can sniff out like you're gonna ghost me probably, but that's crazy. And then I messaged him again. I was like, hey, like what's your ETA? I'm heading out. It was like 8:30 at that point.
You said you're heading out?
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. What's your ETA? My makeup was ready. My outfit was ready. My hair everything was ready, which is crazy for me, because I'm always late. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna head out until I hear back from him.
I feel like my thing when I was single was I wouldn't even start my makeup until I hear back.
That's smart.
Like I would be
That's really smart.
I would be like, are we still on for in 2 hours?
But I asked him the day off, so I was just like, you know what? Let me not be like come off so insecure, because I am really insecure about this because I don't trust men that much.
Yeah.
But I was just like, let me not come off that way. And then when I was doing my makeup, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna decide to trust this guy. I'm gonna decide to put my faith in you. You know who you are if you're watching this, and you still haven't looked at my message. Shame on you. I was like, it's not that serious, but I was just like, I'm gonna put my trust into this for a sec. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
So
I know, and I don't understand it. Like, what? Like, yeah, like you probably got like cold feet, but like this. We're not gonna get married. Like, this is like we're just gonna get drinks.
Just say you're tired or something.
Yeah, like say something.
Anything.
Say something.
I feel like men just love to like humiliate women, and that's not even humiliation.
Yeah,
because
no,
like it's
true.
more embarrassing on his part. But like to like just like act like that, but like men love to like think that they're humiliating like others, and I think it's like some ego thing.
I gotta say, I did not feel humiliated. That's why I can like easily tell this on the podcast.
Yeah, no, because it's not on you, but they think it is, because men tend to think that they have more control over you than you do. Like that's why it's like when you like have sex with a man for the first time and it's like the first night or whatever, and they like expect you to like want to stay over and expect you to want to get breakfast the next day, and they'll be like, all right, it's time to go, and you'll be like, bye. But then
you just said the magic words.
Yeah, no, literally. And then they think that it's like that a woman always wants more, and that a woman like that he has so much control and he could manipulate and emotional whatever, but like, yeah, girl,
no, like that's literally, it's just so stupid. I don't know, to me it feels cowardly.
Yeah.
And I got like, that's the tragedy trauma. That's the trauma of the week. It did traumatize me a little bit because I was really excited about this guy, but like, you know me, it's just like every week there's someone else. Now there's a banker. Like we'll see what happens. I don't know if I can say this on a podcast. I think I can. I was talking to a guy last week who is like actively working in the military, in the intelligence department.
Oh.
And since he knows Russian, he's in Alaska right now.
Are there Russians in Alaska?
Stat. So they're Russian. Wait.
Are there Russians in Alaska?
But Russian, like Alaska is the closest part of the U.S. to Russia.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I saw a video where you could from Alaska. That's you could, when it's winter and the water's frozen, you could walk to Russia.
I think that's how North America got populated with humans.
Yeah.
Because humans started from Africa and then they went to Siberia and then
yeah. Wait.
Maybe that's what I heard.
Wasn't it the
Pangea?
No, it was Christopher Columbus.
There were people before him in America.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you meant like
white
really populated. I thought you meant like really, really, really populated, like we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pre-colonization people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll cut this.
Why?
I think we should cut it.
Why? I'm learning.
Listening and learning.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. We're gonna try to be really consistent. We're gonna really, 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 really try. And definitely make sure to subscribe and like and comment and hit the little notification bell to be notified every time we post.
Also, let us know if we cooked.
Yeah, let us know if we cooked.
How does it taste? What does it need?
What spices are we missing?
Yeah, literally.
Let us know if we cooked or if we served you up some garbage in the comments below.
Well, yeah, this was really fun. I'm so excited for what's to come in the future. And thank you guys for tuning in, however many of you out there. Love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.